Hey everybody, I am Tracy Moon and I'm the founder of 372. And I want to tell you a little bit about why I started the company because I get that question all the time. So, as you know, if you've looked at our website, 372 is a company that helps women discover and tap into their unique value. We help you articulate that value and then we help you aim it. We help you point it in the direction of your dreams or your goals or the path that you're on. So, the premise of it and why I started it was that I believe that as women, each of us has a power that is unique to us, and we're all very different. But what we often do is we underestimate ourselves or we let lots of other reasons get in the way of us pursuing something that we really want. And I don't even need to list all the reasons for you. I'm sure they're popping into your head right now as I say that. And I believe we even let the voices inside our head talk us out of things or big, audacious goals that we might have. And then on the other side, I think that as women, we don't articulate our value very well. And oftentimes that is because we don't know how to translate our strengths and our talents into different situations, right? It might be a personal relationship that you have, it might be a professional relationship, it could be anything. And I find that we stumble along that, right? And along the way, in my career personally, I've done a lot of things. I'm that person that keeps my objectives in a journal and I like to revisit them and I sort of have charted this path. And my path is not straight by any means. It's zigzaggy like anybody else's. But what I always did was just try to really understand who I was and what I brought to every situation. And if something went wrong, I always looked at, okay, well, what did I do and how could I revisit it? Even if I felt it was unfair in some way, but I would do that. So, in so doing, I joined in a lot of associations. I've had mentors, I've done mentoring, I've done a lot of different things. I've gotten involved in women's organizations, but I realized that I always had to connect the dots myself. Well, what do I need right now and what are the pieces that I need and how do I get where I want to go? And so I decided that, well, why? I mean, you could put a structured program together that actually would help people with those steps, and it would be an iterative process, and you could always go back to step one and revisit that so that then you could revisit your plan because nothing's ever set in stone. So that's what 372 is. And I decided that to build this community of women that we needed to do three distinct things. The most important is we developed a program called Step Into You. And that program is 5 steps that starts with a deep discovery process and evaluation of your strengths and talents. And then we go on from there. We also host networking events that I call Connections That Matter because I don't know how many networking events you've been to, but I've been to a lot. And you walk in, and I happen to be an extrovert, so I don't have a hard time meeting people. But even I walk in sometimes and I'm like, wow, I don't know anybody here. Who do I start with? How do I start the conversation? It's just awkward. And so we've kind of turned that on its head. And if you come to a 372 event, you are going to walk out with a connection that matters to you. And the way that you're going to do that is because you're also going to be helping somebody else. And so we facilitate that process. It's fun, it's not cheesy, it's comfortable for everybody. We look at who's coming, we make sure that you meet the right people. It's just a lot of fun and it's really interesting. And then the third thing that we're doing is we are going to drive toward a 372 conference in 2019. And that conference isn't going to be where you go and then you get there and you blow off sessions and you're trying to figure out where to go. We're actually going to plan it out the same way that we've planned out the Step Into You program. We're going to have much broader topics, more things to choose from, but we're going to help you choose the path at that conference that's going to get you what you're looking for at that time. So that's why the company, those are the things that we're going to do. I'm excited that you've come here to visit the website, and I'd love to hear from you. I want to meet anybody and everybody that I can, and I really want this movement to spread across the country and help every single woman that we can become who she's meant to be. So thanks for visiting, and I'll talk to you soon.